question of the day is: should we feel bad for Steph Curry?
Why?
Yeah, wait, no, why? I ain't gonna lie.
Let me get it out.
Oh, my bad.
After a 145-144 loss, double overtime to the Los Angeles Lakers, one in which the King put up a marvelous performance, 36, 12, 20. Anthony Davis showed up with 29, 13. You know, D'Lo showed up with 28. That's the big three for real. Steph Curry, 46 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. Shot it very well, but they lost. So a friend of the show asked, because this is our guy. This is your guy, Bezos. This is truly your guy.
My guy.
Yeah, no, this is your guy. KB knows ball. KB knows ball said,
what?
No way you don't feel bad for this man, dog. Poured his absolute heart out and doesn't have a top 35 player on his team in sight.
That's a lot of replies, huh?
This is the video.
500.
So the question is, I mean, do we feel bad for Steph Curry?
No. You can have sympathy for it, you know what I'm saying? Because even in a couple of these recent LeBron years, I mean, with all the success LeBron has had, with the lack of help he's had, we're like, damn. Like 2018 specifically, damn, bro. Like, this guy's struggling, man. I wish he could have better help. But in the grand scheme of things, man, like, if I'm a Warriors fan, bro, you dominated from 2015 to 2018. You still made it to the finals in 2019. Y'all missed a couple years and then won another championship again. Can the other guys have some? Damn.
Yeah, my answer is no as well, because if for it to be a yes, you would have to feel bad for every old nigga. Yeah, to feel bad for every old nigga that can average 20. And I don't think everyone feels bad for every old nigga that's averaging 20 right now. Kevin Durant would be the one exception to the rule because he's viewed as joining super teams. But then with the Suns being hurt at the start of the season, people weren't like, I feel bad for Kevin Durant. When you've accomplished so much, I don't feel bad for you. We can recognize the situation, but and maybe not feel bad in the sense of like 100%. Like, it's a difference between damn, that's tough, and like actually like, oh my God, yeah, free this man, get him help type shit. Especially when Curry, I don't want to say he did it because I don't know if there's a Curry going on, a War GM, a Steph GM. I don't know how the nickname would be there. That we haven't heard anything like that, but like keeping Clay, keeping Dre has been a thing for this franchise, and he hasn't really came out and been like, fuck that. So because of that, I mean, you kind of had this coming, because eventually they ain't you, bro. They never were. And Clay, even if he was potentially going to have the same longevity, he got hurt. So I don't feel bad. It's just it's tough to see. I don't like seeing it. I'll say that. And maybe that's Mickey. I don't know if you remuted or.
Yeah, I think you remuted. I ain't.
Okay, hello?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, bet. Yeah, no, there's absolutely no feeling bad for Stephen Curry. And I do feel bad for other players. There's players I genuinely feel bad for, and it makes sense. I feel bad for players that genuinely it makes sense to feel bad about. Curry's not one of them. Curry is a nigga who had the benefit of running through the league for multiple years and then ran through the league where it was unfair and had an unfair advantage, at least that I deem, compared to a lot of other teams. I don't feel bad for him at all that now he has a level playing field, just like in 2019. I didn't feel bad for, 2020 or 21, whichever year it was when it was, this is the first year where Curry's by himself and he averaged fucking 30. I didn't feel bad for him. Nigga, this is what a lot of niggas had to deal with playing pro basketball, especially while you were ripping and running, playing with these great establishment, great teams, and niggas had to deal with this. Unreliable talent, not ready products, all that bad coaching, whatever you want to blame. Niggas dealt with it, and now it's an extension of that. I don't feel bad for the fact that now he has to go out there on a nightly basis and you don't know who your number 2 is. You know how many great players fucking have to deal with that their entire careers? I don't feel bad for the fact this is the first year since 2013, 2014. He's not going to be a fucking starter in the All-Star game. I don't fucking feel bad. I'm glad Luka and Shea are doing this damn good. So your light ass got to sit the fuck down somewhere. Now, sit down and come off that bench, nigga. Like I don't feel bad for this, and I damn sure don't feel bad for Warrior fans when majority of you niggas are fake Warrior fans. Don't think I forgot. A lot of you niggas was Laker fans growing up, and then Kobe retired, and y'all fluttered up to the Bay. I'm not forgetting that.
Filipinos.
I don't forget. So no, I don't feel bad, especially for you weak ass Warrior fans. You niggas don't deserve. They call Laker fans spoiled. You niggas are spoiled. The average Warrior fan started watching basketball in 2013. Nigga, this just made 10 years when niggas started watching basketball. In this 10 years, your team was damn near dominant the entire time. I don't feel bad for you, nigga. I'm laughing at you the same way y'all were laughing at everybody else when y'all were winning and y'all were dominant.
Yeah, a lot of what Damo just said, that's a super retweet on. I just don't. Do you feel like you're always supposed to be at the top while Steph Curry's in here? You think everything is supposed to be peachy keen? I know you got used to, being able to set fucking bulldozer screens from Draymond Green, which is a picture I've got to pull up. You've been used to setting stuff like that. You've been used to having players like Klay Thompson. You've been used to, doing all these things, having all these great players on your team. That I'm supposed to feel bad for you now all of a sudden. I think that's just insane. This is Draymond. Where's Draymond at right here? This is Draymond Green right here, going to set a screen on, I think, Vando. And it's been setting moving screens like this since, God knows when, taking people out. Why am I supposed to feel bad? Am I supposed to feel bad because he didn't interject and tell them what moves to make, or maybe he did interject? Like what reason would I have to feel bad for Curry? Specifically because he's not in his primes and peaks and all this other stuff. Yeah, I do feel like they've wasted a lot of Steph Curry's time. I don't feel bad for it because I could say that for legitimately every other player to be in the National Basketball Association. I'm trying to think of one player that I may not be able to say that for. Maybe Kareem. I don't know. Even early Laker days.
But you don't feel bad even like when those all-time greats are having great seasons, can still contribute a lot, but they're just on bad teams. Like I feel like that's something we say a lot.
I don't feel bad. Luka's right now. I'm living Luka Doncic. I'm living Trae Young. I'm living Jason Tatum.
But you don't feel bad for, like, in this instance, Luka. You don't feel bad.
These are the stripes you have to earn. And the same thing when we talked about Lamar Jackson earlier. No, sometimes this is your story. And when and if you do get to the promised land, it's gonna feel that much better. It's just gonna feel that much sweeter when you do, because you have these trials and tribulations. I'm not mad for a dude that got gifted abundance a lot more than a lot of other people. And somebody says, can you not feel bad for everyone? Or can you not feel bad for everyone? You can feel bad for whoever y'all want to. I'm telling you, I personally don't feel bad. These are just the trials and tribulations, the ups and downs. This is why I believe management is over players. Players can play their asses off, but it doesn't matter if they don't put the competent pieces around you. And that's okay. It's not okay that they do that, because they should be better, but I don't feel bad because everybody's had to go through that.
Yeah, you have to feel bad for everyone and or nobody. Like case in point, you would you feel bad for Anthony Edwards at the beginning of his career? I guess you feel bad for Damian Lillard or things of that nature. Now, where I think I go of the part. Now, let me start that over. I'm just eating or having a milkshake, fucking me up. Now, where I start feeling bad for players is guys like Chris Paul, who literally, I ain't gonna cap, he's had teams around him, and when he get the team around him, he gets injured. When he's finally healthy, he doesn't have a team around him. When he has the team around him and he's healthy, now he's way past his fucking prime, and he still gets injured and he loses his arm. And so it's like, that's a guy that I know off rip, like, damn, all right, you got hoed. But maybe it's passive hater shit, and I don't want to sound like a Twitter nigga because I know everybody on Twitter is probably cooking them, but maybe it's because we've already seen him succeed.
Yeah,
that to feel sympathetic for Curry specifically would be crazy. Now, if you're sympathetic for Curry, again, you're sympathetic for a lot of in fact, majority of players in the basketball, I would argue at that point. But because I don't think that's true, my answer is no. Now, if you are sympathetic to majority of the league, if I was going to sit here and say I feel bad for LaMelo Ball, I feel bad for Chris Paul still, I feel bad for Jordan Poole, he shouldn't be a number one. I feel bad for Cade Cunningham, he's on the worst team ever, and he's a young talent. You see how many I can keep going, but at that point, all right, but I feel bad for the whole fucking league while that's potentially valid, I'm with Omar here. That's just the name of the game for a lot of these young players, and for veterans, that's where I can really start feeling some type of way if I know that you're way better than it, but you're not going to be in conversations because you got owed off of shit that was routinely out of control outside of literally getting up and going to hit free agency or some shit. And sometimes even that didn't work.
Do y'all feel bad for Harden?
No, hell no.
Hell no.
Right now?
He literally wrote his own story.
Just in
wherever he wants to go.
No, not now. Just at any point in his career, did you ever feel bad for Harden?
No,
I didn't not one time ever.
No. I lied. I did feel bad for Harden.
Damn.
Oh well, damn.
He was finna spit.
Cliffhanger of hell.
Really
There you go. Go ahead.
My fault. I was saying, I only felt bad for Harden when he was in OKC and they didn't want to give him the money that he clearly was worth.
Oh yeah, get your break.
That's
Fair enough.
Other than that, and that's what I'm saying, I'm being 100% unbiased and completely as fair as I can be. That would be the only time I'm looking at James Harden career where I'm like, okay, I do feel bad for you here because you clearly deserve that money, and the organization fucks you over. In my point, the organization fucks you over, but they fuck you over to a point to where your career is as an individual, better place than it would have been there or you got an early start to what you would have ended up being. Other than that, no. His time in Houston, that nigga got coddled in Houston. James Harden should look at his time in Houston with the biggest fucking smile on his face because they did everything he wanted, anything he wanted while he was there. And then when he left, they sent him to
Damn.
I felt bad for him a little bit in 2019. I'm my bad.
Hell no, I didn't. They traded away a whole ass center to fit that man's needs. At that point, it is what it is. You could argue Houston should have been drafting still. you could argue that Houston should have looked at team and Golden State dead now and said, "Yeah, no, I'm not playing that," and not trying to win because they clearly were capable if they weren't giving up such a meltdown, but like their foot was really on the gas. They wanted to be the one team that had a chance. And you could argue that wasn't necessarily the way to go about it. Yes, hindsight, but it is what it is. Harden got everything he wanted in Houston. I don't feel bad for anything in Houston. I damn well don't feel bad anything after it. Damo, I'll change my point because not getting paid kind of a shit feeling. I feel bad for you. You ball out, you deserve $4 million extra and you ain't get it. Fair enough.
Well, I'm gonna just say I felt bad for a lot of players during like when the Warriors were really peaking with KD. Because it's almost like, damn, it doesn't matter what the fuck you do or how great you are. Once you run into the Warriors, you're out. So that's
it. But I get it. It just, to me, you probably just weren't meant to win the ring because it's not like a lot. It's not like teams. I mean, the Rockets took them to 7. So like, I can't. There's a lot of players not a lot of players win NBA rings. So that means a lot of players lose NBA rings. So throughout time and history, like you're gonna have people who are the losers, like they're going to be on that side, the Charles Barkleys of the world, the Karl Malones of the world. Like you're going to have those Clyde Drexlers, you're going to have those great players who just don't end up winning it all. And to be honest with you, if anything, you have more credibility to feel bad for them than the fucking winners. Feeling bad for the winners is crazy to me because you feel like they could win more, specifically for the reason now, not other times, but come on, dog. That's crazy. Oh, not Clyde, but finish.
I would say I would piggyback on to a little bit of what Biso's saying, what you're saying, no more. In terms of feeling bad for guys that had to go through the Warrior souls, I do agree. I do feel bad for the greats that had to do it. The problem is, I feel bad for the greats that had to go through the Warriors if they did. Niggas that were playing in that time that got bounced in the first or second round before they even met the Warriors, I don't feel bad for you. Like I'm trying to think back to who these great players could be that were hindered by the Warriors.
Drew Holiday.
Who were they? Who were the guys that got stopped by the Warriors in the playoffs? Like, you had to run into the Warriors round 1 or round 2. Like, who were those guys? It was some. I'm not saying Anthony Davis. I mean, depends on how you
Yeah.
feel about Dame, but
I don't feel bad
AD
for
is
Dame
definitely
because
one
he
of
got
them.
the WCF and he got the injury on the side. He had a chance.
I can say I can feel bad for Dame in terms of the Blazers being a bad organization. I can feel bad for a lot of, and in that case, you have to feel bad for a lot of players that just have bad organizations that put them in shitty situations. So I feel that, but yeah, I can't feel bad. I definitely can't feel bad for the winners. That's ridiculous.
I
Yeah,
think you can just feel bad for someone without it like being a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh damn, that kind of sucks, and just keep it pushing.
literally, that's
So,
how I'm saying. I
yeah.
think I view these as that's tough. If I
Yeah.
ever get quoted as saying I feel bad, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. There's tone matters in these conversations because I know all it's gonna take is one little clip and it's like, oh, gotcha, you stupid idiot. Yeah, all right. But it's like ultimately a guy like Russell Westbrook in LA, I'm like, damn, y'all on that nigga dick. But like, I don't like the career of Russell Westbrook. I'm not viewing as like a, well, no, there's some sympathetic thing. Like Russell Westbrook, you can low-key argue you have a sympathy for, but like the career of LeBron James, even the only time that I'll go against you guys on the winner thing was specifically when LeBron was playing at levels that arguably he's never played at in the 2017 to 18 and even debatably 19 prior to the injury. And he was just on bad teams. That's the only time that I probably will be like, yeah, this guy who is clearly established, done it all, I feel bad for him because that shit was just off the chain ridiculous. But when it comes to a guy like Stephen Curry here, he's dominated a bit further than that LeBron did at this point in time. Curry has 4 championships, bro. Curry has 4 championships with majority of the same core, not exactly the same roster top to bottom before y'all get all cute with me, but like literally like the same trio, the same coach. I think you do have a different GM, fair enough, but like it's still the Warriors. So he's dying with the ship. He falling with the ship. It is what it is. Sink or swim, nigga. I don't know what to tell you. Now, should they fix this? Yes. Am I happy to see Curry tank? That's where I disagree with the Twitter niggas. No, I don't want to see Steph and Curry drop 46 and lose. That's just hell. I don't like seeing that shit.
I wanna read the bits donation from Young Tomorrow for 500 bits real quick. No one gets sad for Bron because he took control of his destiny. Bron has accepted the good and the bad that came with that. I'm not going to feel bad for a guy who was gifted with championship lineups and never did anything to control his destiny.
I don't know if I agree with that, but I hear you.
Wait,
I mean,
does he feel more bad for Bron or Curry?
No.
He's
saying
he's
because
not
people don't feel bad for Bron. Because people don't feel bad for Bron for controlling his destiny.
Right,
a guy like
okay.
Curry, who was gifted a great situation, great lineups, teams drafted well, like an organization did the right thing for you, unlike niggas like LeBron or KD.
Yeah, you didn't have to do any work.
And you didn't do the most with it. Like you still won, but obviously if niggas is leaving room for improvement, I'm not feeling bad that you didn't succeed with all the advantages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only thing I disagree with him is the destiny thing. I probably disagree there. But
I'm just not.
Nah, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna have that sentiment in the next couple of years if it's clear the Warriors are a dumpster fire and Steph doesn't let his nuts hang in some degree. Like either, all right, like we need a Giannis quote, like, all right, if y'all don't get somebody, I'm leaving, and then they go get Dame, or we need a, all right, nigga, hey, I need to go somewhere else. This ain't working, and he gets traded or he walks. Now I know
he
the
ain't never
contract's
gonna
crazy.
leave Golden State, dog.
You say, hey, it's what's crazy? Throughout my life of watching basketball, it was a lot of players I thought would die with their city, and then they fucking leave. And I was like, you know what? These niggas are expendable. Then you start playing my league on 2K and throw niggas in different jerseys. I'm used to seeing Harden in every jersey in the league now.
I ain't never thought he was
Curry
staying.
can go somewhere else.
D-Wade too. When he
Facts.
went to
I thought
Chicago
I never
They
thought
pulled
they
that
would take
on
off a
him.
Heat jersey. I never thought Russ would take off a Thunder jersey. What? If you're telling me in 2017 you thought it'd be a world where it's like, yeah, man, Russ gonna ask for out of here after what was going on, you're crazy. I thought
You know
would
what?
die
Piercing the
a damn
Celtics.
Thunder.
I tell you what,
I'm crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
There's one player I felt bad for. There's one player in NBA history I felt bad about.
Jeff
was it?
Teague.
Jerry West. Jerry West.
Oh yeah.
Tormented by the same team in the finals, and to the point where they give you the first finals MVP because you played so good even though y'all lost. I feel bad for you.
Sucks to suck, buddy.
That's the one that I
It's just a part of your career, man. That's how it's supposed to be.
I didn't feel bad until I watched Winning Time. I ain't gonna lie to you. Seeing that
I
nigga
got
when
you
he
on
finally
Twitter.
won, and then just couldn't even like you lost 9 times. You think this one win gonna fix that? When that shit hit, that perspective of you really lost 8 fucking times in a row, then you get a win. Are you really about to celebrate with everybody? Like, are you really? Does this really feel good after 8 losses? No, it doesn't.
It literally feel fluke. Shout out Derrick Rose, man. I feel bad for him. I got you, Twitter. Don't worry
Oh,
about it.
injuries is different, but I don't.
Yeah,
I
injuries are
don't
different.
feel bad for a guy who's gotten golden opportunity. A lot of people would love to come into.
Watching my fault.
It's just,
Watching Gilbert Arenas, I can't feel bad for Vince Carter anymore, man. No one and everybody in that league basically thought, yo, this
He
nigga
was
could
him.
be the GOAT if he cared. I don't feel bad for this nigga no more, like at all. Like, all right, bro, you just didn't care enough. I guess this is crazy.
they knew Vince Carter. I ain't gonna lie to you.